All right, so welcome. So this new album is from Dave Cirino, the soulful singer and songwriter. Dave is a breakout R&B soul artist set to release the highly anticipated album LuvMotion Equinox. Raised in southern New Jersey, Dave began singing at a young age in the church choir and quickly developed a passion for music. Drawing inspiration from the likes of D'Angelo, Marvin Gaye, Pharrell Williams, Dave Cirino has crafted a collection of soulful and dynamic tracks on LuvMotion Equinox that showcase a unique blend of modern and classic sound. From upbeat anthems to heartfelt ballads, the album is sure to appeal to fans of all ages. Dave Cirino burst into the music scene with his debut EP, Spaceman, and full-length Spaceman Reloaded, which quickly gained widespread attention via music placements on NBC, Fox, CBS, and Showtime, and ABC. Since then, Dave took some time with his family and decided to curate an album with specific attention to having music that can be enjoyed with family. So, without further ado, Dave Cirino.
Very nice. I need that paper. First of all, I want to say thanks for everybody coming out. Really appreciate. Actually, I prefer intimate crowds. Whenever you do like soul music and stuff, it's better for intimate spaces. So I appreciate that. Next thing we're gonna do is try to perform a little live with bass and guitars and singing. Well, that'd be kind of cool. So Steve and I crafted this album during the pandemic, the height of the pandemic. And it was challenging at times, but this album is dedicated to all the family members that we lost, the loved ones we lost during the pandemic. But throughout the loss was birthed this incredible creative project that through pain of losing family members, we were able to kind of channel that into a new energy to create a new album. There's one person who's missing today that I wish was here, so that's my Uncle Teddy. He passed on. He's resting in God's light forever, but we miss him, but I know for a fact he would have loved this album. This album is exactly what he was pushing me to do, and he inspired me to do this album, so thank you, Uncle Teddy. We love you, man. What else can I say? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go through the track list and kind of do like an explanation and then play a song, everybody vibe out, and then we'll go to the next one. So the first track is LuvMotion Equinox. I'm sorry, the album is LuvMotion Equinox. The first track is called LuvMotion. I like, as an artist, you like to have people have their own interpretations of what it is, but when I was writing this song, it's really about God's love. And although this is not a typical gospel album, half of the songs on this record is spiritually based. So LuvMotion is about God's love. So I'm going to play the first track. It's called LuvMotion. Can't play it without hooking up the cord.
Equinox is in your hair. is my best friend. Equinox will come again. If you look around, you will feel his cloud. Love is deeper than the ocean. His soul has got me floating. Your love is deeper than the ocean. Your soul has got me floating.
All right. Yo, thanks, man. Thanks. So we got on the drums is Dan Kanopka from the band OK Go. He's actually in a famous band from the '90s. I don't know if you know OK Go. Okay, so Dan Kanopka, the drummer, played all the drums on our album. The bass player is Ben. You know his name? Ben Crowell.
Yeah, that's his government name. He goes by Ben's Burner.
Yeah, Ben's Burner. He's dope, man. He's in Germany. His inspiration was Jay Dilla, so he gave us some Jay Dilla vibes on this one. Synths was an electronic instruments is my brother Steve. I was on keyboards and synths as well, and lead vocals. Sax was Husseina Ebobis. Guitar Pablo Dominguez. Mastered by Dave Locke. So this next track is called Dance Fever. It's basically an ode to my parents. Back in the 70s, they met at a skating rink, and you know, we just kind of just having chill vibes on, just like, you know, meeting your loved one and just having fun, you know. This is Dance Fever.
Nothing to lose.
The next track is called Seduction, and this was. Oh, all right, we're waiting on my niece to take it.
Well, he's our talker.
Ready? So this next song was called Seduction. I took inspiration from Michael Jackson. When I was crafting LuvMotion Equinox, I was listening to Michael Jackson's Off the Wall and Thriller, as well as Marvin Gaye's his last album in '83, and I Want You album as well. And I was really inspired by the engineering of his engineer Bruce and Quincy Jones on Off the Wall.
Yeah,
And
Quincy.
Yes. So Bruce Sweetian was his mix engineer. I was just inspired by that whole album, and Seduction is a product of that. So I hope you enjoy this one.
Seduction is what you're doing to me. You're looking very lovely. I should get away, but I think I'm gonna stay for a little while. I like the way that I'm feeling right now. Your hands on me, and I like that. You know exactly what to do. The things you're doing to me, girl, you like to do it to me. The things you're doing to me, girl, you like to do it to me. The things you're doing to me, girl, you like to do it to me. The things you're doing to me, girl, you like to do it to me. Seduction is what she's doing to me. I try my best to get away, but you seduced me. Yes, you did. But I think you wanna stay for a little while. You like the way that you're feeling right now. You wanna prolong the feeling. You wanna let go, let loose, let it out. The things you're doing to me, girl, you like to do it to me. The things you're doing to me, girl, you like to do it to me. The things you're doing to me, girl, you like to do
Yeah,
it
went
to
off on that.
me.
I was like, when I first heard this, the first song we did with LuvMotion.
Girl, you like to do it to me. You're a brick house.
Yeah, we did this in our
You're a
house, in our
thick
room.
house, girl. You're
I'll
a
explain
brick
that.
house. You're a thick house, girl.
Yo, I don't know what Dan was on when he was doing this. Yeah, but he. When I heard that, I was like, okay, Dan. He went off. It's like, yo, we going through this for real. This is Dad's favorite song. It's mine too, I think. Oh, bless, actually. Cool. Really little. So what we did for this, so to explain, like what we did was we crafted all this, obviously, in the pandemic remotely, in the studio. We did the electronic versions, like electronic drums, and I did all the bass lines on the keyboards and everything. And then we hired, you know, musicians to do it live. So Dan did it live, the bass, but they mimicked what me and Steve programmed with the electronics and the synths and stuff like that. So yeah, and we did it all in, you know what I mean, like, you know, home studio, bedroom studio, things like that. But you know, we have the equipment and things like that to make it sound professional. So obviously, the next track is called Dance. I'm sorry, it's not Dance. Bless. It's a soulful song. I think it's a gospel joint. It's not a traditional gospel joint, but it's a gospel joint to me. And I'm basically having a conversation with my maker, thanking him for my blessings. So it's called Bless. Professionals on this album. We have professionals on this album. Yeah. Yeah. I'll say this. I listened to this. I mixed it. Me and Steve mixed that whole album. I listened to this over 100 times, and every time I hear it, it's just something special. The next track is called Luke Skywalk. Yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
The voice was so good. The guy who was the voice,
Yeah.
he's really, really good.
Saxophone, yeah, saxophone player. He's from France.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's from France. Yep. Where's the drummer? The bass player is from Germany. Yeah, Germany is the bass player, and the sax player is from France.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah. So I told him, he said hello, and you like his music. The next track is called Luke Skywalk, and that's an ode to Star Wars. Obviously. Yeah, Luke Skywalker. But it's just a chill joint, another chill joint, just getting away, stepping away in your mind to another universe, man. And this is called Luke Skywalker.
Nice to be in another universe.
Away from it all, you wanna get away, fly to a universe far away. We can go to space, girl. We can go to space. Two doors left with my helmet on. It's full sky, all on a planet like what? We can go to space, girl. We can go to space. Two doors left with my helmet on. It's full sky, all on a planet like what? You make me happy, girl. Happy to be around. Happy to be a part of your unique, full of charm. We can go to space, girl. We can go to space. Two doors left with my helmet on. It's full sky, all on a planet like what? We can go to space, girl. We can go to space. Two doors left with my helmet on. It's full sky, all on a planet like what?
Alright, next one. Yeah. Oh yeah, listen. Star Wars is a classic, man. This next one is called Tux Tight. It's dedicated. Well, it was dedicated to my. It is dedicated to my boy Carl, who was supposed to be here, but I guess he wasn't able to make it today. But he got married, and I wrote a song really about just like the experience of. I was his best man, and wrote experience of just being not just that, but just like marriage and just having a good time and getting cleaned up and going to the party, man. So this one's called Tux Tight.
Oh my God. Marriage is good. My Tux tight. Quarter till midnight. Then we all was hitting the road. Girls in the limo. Let down the window. Popping the champagne. 'Cause that's how we roll. Plus size model on the arm. Plus size bottle in the jar. Get a couple shots, then we gone. Add a couple bars to the song. Tux tight. Yo, party till midnight. Yo. Hitting the road. We got all night, let's hit the road. We got all night, somewhere to go. We got all night, let's in the disco. Toast off the champagne. That's how we roll. We got all night, let's hit the road. We got all night, somewhere to go. We got all night, let's hit the road. We got all night, somewhere to go. Tux right,
Yeah, man, I was.
lined up nice, lined up nice. Dress tight, dress tight. In for the night, in for the night.
This fool's out hard, right? I don't know what we was on a different frequency when we was doing. We was like up here in cloud 9. The rest of the world was in the pandemic, and we was like, meanwhile we got some zombies walking outside. You're like, like nothing's happening. Like, yeah, Ali got so. Yeah, this is rocking, bro. Decky's running around screaming. All right, cool. That's Tux tight. I was to my dad's point. My dad was saying, yeah, it sounds like you're like. So the vocals, I did all the vocals, but people for some reason think I'm a rapper, and they see me and think, oh, you're a rapper, but they don't realize I'm a singer. You know what I'm saying? So I use rap, hip hop staccato style in my singing, and my voice is real baritone. I was explaining this to Ali the other day, where so like I'll hit. You want to try to keep it dynamic when you're singing, and if you're not a power singer like that, you have to keep it interesting for the listener. So I was definitely utilizing a lot of techniques as far as harmonies. I was doing not 3-part harmonies, like 6-part harmonies. Like you have to really listen to it over and over to hear the harmonies. I was doing 6-part harmonies, man, on every joint, stacking things up like that. And yeah, man, shout out to the Vocal Workout Studio in New York. They really helped me with my range and my high frequencies, my wide and nasal sounds, and to blend it into one dynamic performance on a track. So wanted to say that. The next track is Go ahead, Mom. Go ahead. This is your show. This is your party.
Your material, don't you have to inform your kids that the talent that you will see die.
Yes.
Just pass it on to the next generation.
Yes, I agree. Actually, you say that my son Declan, this is his favorite song, Tux Tight. He loves it. So I'm teaching my son how to sing and how to play the piano like his dad. So you know, maybe hopefully one day he'll be better than me. The next song is called "Love Me Close." Again, it sounds like a pop song, but it's actually a gospel song. The intention behind it is it's about I'm singing to God. God was in the room when I was singing every track, and He helped me mix every track, and that's no joke. I feel Him in His presence now, and I felt Him when I was singing. I felt Him when I was writing. I felt Him when I was mixing, and this is just another song that I'm singing to my God. It's called "Love Me Close."
Love me close tonight, don't let go. Love me close tonight, don't let me go. Love me close tonight, don't let go. Love me close tonight, don't let me go. Church on a Sunday, work in the morning. Gotta make it someday. Believers keep going. Know your love will keep me together. feeling down. You and me will be here forever. Will you stick around? Know your love will keep me together when I'm feeling down. You and me will be here forever. Will you stick around? Love me close tonight. Don't let go. Love me close tonight. Don't let me go. Love me close tonight. Don't let go. Love me close tonight. Don't let me go. Praying on a Monday. Looking to the clouds. Hoping for a sunny day. He will work it out. Know your love will keep me together when I'm feeling down. You and me will be here forever. Will you stick around? Love me close tonight. Don't let go. Love me close tonight. Don't let me go. Love me close tonight. Don't let go. Love me close tonight. Don't let me go. Tonight, see the change in you. Tonight, it'll change for you. Tonight, it'll change for you. Tonight, it'll change for you. Tonight.
It's got a little bit of like a rock, not rock and roll, but like a, I don't know, it's like a, it doesn't have like a rock, you know what I mean? Like a Rolling Stones kind of vibe a little bit. Yo, Dan went off on this, yo. Shout out to Dan on this. Oh yeah. Yeah, I can talk on that. You want to answer that question? How we connected with the other musicians?
Oh yeah, so other musicians, it's like just reaching out, seeing who, listening to people, their sounds, and if they're open to collaborate with like, you know, the artists. So basically reaching out to them, sending them the music, and if they like, hey, this sounds like it's a track I'd like to get on, then they approve and kind of just connect via digital means, like
Yeah.
communicating.
Yeah, oh, that's cool. Like
Yeah.
contact.
Oh, it's just
Yeah, so then
Yeah.
listen, you know, this is what to collaborate with me, this is what I need from you guys.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
This is, you know, so we then work out like a
Yeah.
deal.
What-
And
What attracted us to Dan was the fact that Dan, first of all, he was in OK Go, which is a huge band in the 90s, as a drummer. And we wanted a variety because we was doing, this is R&B, this is soul music. We doing soul music here, but Dan brings a,
who's that?
Dan's a drummer. I mean, Dan brought like a rock, actually, yeah. Dan brought a rock and roll vibe that we love, but he listened to the music and was able to tailor it towards soul and R&B, which we loved. And Ben, first of all, my favorite producer is Jay Dilla. Okay, Jay Dilla. Jay Dilla's the favorite producer's favorite producer, like D'Angelo, all these Q-Tip, all these guys, Tribe Called Quest. Jay Dilla was that dude. Yeah. In the hip hop world, Jay Dilla was that dude. And the bass player was Jay Dilla. He was inspired by Jay Dilla. So I love Jay Dilla's bass lines. And the bass player gave us Jay Dilla's bass lines on LuvMotion. And everybody did their thing, man. So the next track is called Party Girl.
I do, yeah.
Go ahead, Ma. Go ahead.
I just want to say something.
Yeah.
So I begin my this for every time.
Oh yeah. No, listen. I'm gonna say this straight out. Like this is more. I'm more. I don't need 50 people to be here. I'm happy to express like the people that's here. I'm grateful for you guys, but my mom and dad, you the one that birthed me, right? And like y'all may not realize, but y'all gave this gift to me. Somehow, Dad loves music. Dad's a musician too. And my mom used to sing. I used to hear you sing when I was a kid in the church.
Yeah,
So it's like
my mom loves
right.
to sing too.
Right. So you may not have used that in your personal life, but you gave that to your children. And I wanted y'all to hear this live and personal because I wanted more than anything for Uncle Teddy to hear this because Uncle Teddy was the one that gave that to me as a kid. Music and acting, it was him. And I wanted him to be here, but you guys are here, right? And I wanted you guys to experience this live because this is what your son did and this is what your other son did because me and Steve, we collaborated. You know what I'm saying? Dave Cirino is not one person. Dave Cirino is a band. But I'm just the front, I'm the face of it, but Steve is really behind it. He's the executive. Right. So Dave Cirino is not just one person, it's more than one person. Yeah, this is my sister, it's Matt, and Titi, I'm gonna get you on the next joints with your background vocals too. And Matt plays guitar, I wanna get Matt on there. And you know what I mean? But it's a collaborative effort. That's what Dave Cirino is. And it's just, I'm the face, but it's the whole family. The next track is called Party Girl, and it's dope, man. We got a Spanish guitar player on here. Is he from Spain? He's from Spain. And oh my God, this song, this is everyone who hears this is their favorite song. But it's called Party Girl, and it's real cool, man. Oh yeah, it's a shout out to Eddie Murphy too, and Rick James back in it. Eddie Murphy had a song called Party Girl, and I love that song, but we kind of utilized that whole concept, and we created this song called Party Girl. All right, here we go.
So you at the party, girl, dancing like you didn't ever care in the world.
Yeah, man, that's Party Girl. I feel like the guy who's what's his name? Pablo Dominguez. I feel like he felt the song more than me when he was playing the Spanish guitar. Because every time I hear that guitar, I'm like, man, Pablo, what was happening in your life?
He was feeling that, man.
He was feeling it. Yeah, he was feeling it. He was feeling it. Cool, man. So that's Party Girl. The next track is called Sunshine. This one is an ode to Donna Summer. Okay?
Doctor.
Donna Summer.
What is
I know.
Doctor.
Yeah, I know. That's why I keep saying Uncle Teddy when she was here. But Donna Summer, the disco era, disco is not coming back, but it may come back. With this song, it's called Sunshine. It's not a disco joint, but it has disco inspiration, and that's the inspiration behind Sunshine. So it's called Sunshine. Instrument is a synth. I just love the synths.
Like a piano?
It's like a mini keyboard, but it has like you can program sounds and all types of stuff you can make on it.
Don't run from the fire, girl.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm coming to get ya. Your heart is on fire, girl. Felt the burn when I met ya. You're in love. It's a love thing.
All right, cool. As we go into Broken Heart, Steve said I had to mention something about piano lessons. So, mom and dad had us. They forced us to take piano lessons at what 7, 8 years old or so. We hated it because our teacher, he lived in Vineland, New Jersey. His name was Frank. I don't remember his last name. I'm not sure if he's still alive.
Frank was a concert pianist.
Yes.
In New York at Carnegie Hall.
Oh wow, was he really?
He played there at Carnegie Hall.
I did not know that.
Yes, he did. He's good.
So Frank taught us classical piano. I don't know if we actually utilized everything, but we took bits of what we could take in from it, and that birthed me as not a pianist, but a synth player. I love just like chords, bass lines, and creating sounds. And also Steve's favorite song was Star Wars.
Wait, what was the song?
He played that like a master. He played that better than the person who actually played it. Yeah, so that was Frank, man. That was Frank, man. But this next, as we come to a close on the album, we got 2 more tracks left. This next track is called Broken Heart. What is Broken Heart? Broken Heart is another gospel song, but when I say gospel, I will say it's gospel to me. Like, it's not the gospel that you hear from Kirk Franklin and the amazing gospel singers in the gospel genre of music. It's spiritual music that I write personally because it's my style. I don't do gospel style. I do my style. And it's spiritual music, but it's called Broken Heart. It's not, I don't know if this is ever gonna play on a gospel radio station, but it's about being real, talking to God and not hearing back, not getting the answer, not actually questioning and wondering, are you even there? Even though we know that he is there. But as humans, we do question that. We do question that sometimes when things aren't going our way. Or we'll say, God, why did this happen? You know what I mean? I'm frustrated with you. I'm angry with you. But listen, that's okay. I know he's always there and he's always listening, always with us, always protecting us. But this song was birthed at a little bit of frustration, and it was more toward people that we lost in our life. Uncle Teddy, Travis, our cousin, Aunt Daisy, our aunt, Uncle Junior, I mean, not Uncle Junior, Uncle George, I'm sorry, Uncle George, a grandmother, my abuela, your mother, Ali's nephew, my nephew-in-law, Oliver, who was only 3 years old. Okay, there's a lot of people, man. You know what I mean? That we lost. It was a tough time, and this is just questions. You know what I mean? Questions. So this is called Broken Heart.
Searching for you, but I'm alone.
that's what I was trying to tell you, Dad, was that you don't need. What was that? You don't need. I was talking to I've been in $1 Million Studios, man. You know what I mean? I've interned. Like my thing about me is I respect the art of music. I interned at this studio called Big Yellow Duck in New York, where literally celebrities come in to record voices for animation shows. I've mixed as an intern. I've worked on. I didn't mix it for the show, but I worked on projects for stuff that's on Netflix and stuff like that. So that's kind of how I learned a little bit of mixing too. Angela Bassett came through. A lot of celebrities came through. I've been in $1 Million Studios, man, and Steve works at the University of Arts, and he worked at Sony Records, which so happens to be we've been praying for a long time for a record deal. It just so happens that this album is distributed through AWAL / Sony Music.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I mean, that's just God's work right there, man. But yeah. I wish it would have been under circle. When I was in my 20s, I was like, oh yeah, man, it's all about the record deal. But then we got John from Aperture Music in LA. We did really Spaceman EP, and he had the vision and believed in our project and signed us to his licensing company, Aperture Music, where we was blessed to get songs from that EP and other the next album, Spaceman Reloaded, sync placements on television shows, NBC, Fox, Showtime, ABC. Some of the shows were Ray Donovan, New Girl, Life in Pieces, Breath of Fresh Air. That was
Zoe's Extraordinary Playlist.
Zoe's Extraordinary Playlist. What else? Oprah Winfrey has a
Has
network owned. The network owned. What was the show?
I forgot what show it's called.
Show on whatever networks, et cetera, et cetera.
Bull, the movie Bull.
The movie Bull.
Wow.
Yeah, et cetera, et cetera. So, long story short, a lot of people don't know who Dave Cirino is as an artist, but we're behind the scenes and we make music with the licensing company. But for this album, we're kind of like saying, you know what? Why don't we just step out of the background for a little bit and present this to the world, you know what I mean, and see what happens. So that's where we are. And Dad, what was your question?
No, that's excellent to see, that your song tracks have been placed actually on television, movie, tracks and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
You wonder where these things come in the movies, like Top Gun, that's record, that song.
Yeah.
And then, that's pretty cool. Nice.
Yeah, man. It was a question I forgot. I went off track. The studio. Oh yeah. So we've been in the $1 Million Studios, and then I created on YouTube a series of how to build your own studio at home, in your bedroom or wherever. We built a home studio in my mom and dad's basement. My mom had a stroke 10 years ago. I had Steve and my best friend at the time, my best friend Carl helped us build a home studio in our basement, and for me that was therapy. Dealing with the emotions of my mom's stroke and seeing her recover and things like that. So we built a home studio, and I've just been building studios ever since. And I feel like the independent musician can make music just as good as professional artists who are signed with major record labels. And that's what Steve and I have done. Sonically, and that's been my biggest thing is not even how I sing. It's how does it sound to the listener? Does it sound good? And we went through trial and error. I learned a lot from Michael Jackson's sound engineer. I bought 2 of his books and read all of his interviews and things like that on different tips and techniques on how to mix the right way. And we have a wonderful master engineer in North Carolina called Dave Locke, who helped us bring out the songs. Yeah, that's it. So the last, this is, I don't want to preach to y'all, lecture you guys forever. This is the last song on the album. It's called Window Pane. Window Pane is, I don't want to make anybody cry, okay? The album went through ups and downs. We had fast joints, we had mid-tempo joints, but you know, towards the end we get a little slower. Window Pane is a love ballad. I wrote this song, oh my God, makes me cry every time I hear the song, man. I wrote this song for the people who have lost loved ones in their life. And, you know, it's basically you're looking through the window pane of your house or apartment or whatever. You're looking into the sky and you see your loved ones. You may not see them, but they're looking down on you. You know what I mean? And they're saying, it's okay. It's okay. So I wrote this song for all the loved ones that we have all lost. And it's called Window Pane.
Touch the sky, far away. You decide what comes your way.
song, there was a bird that came to the window every time I recorded this song.
Oh, wow.
It was a bird. You can, if you listen to it on the second verse, you can hear the bird. I left it in there, chirping. It wasn't a synth sound. It was an actual bird.
No way.
Yeah, singing. And I just looked at it like, this is strange. Every time I sing this, every time I'm doing a vocal or something, the bird comes right to the windowsill and he's like, he or she is chirping away. So I just left it in there. Maybe someone in our family. But that's the end of the album, man. LuvMotion Equinox. Thank you. I want to thank you. I'm glad you like it, Mom. That's pretty much it. I mean, I was just leave a little minutes if anybody had questions or anything or wanted me to you know what I mean? If, want me to talk about something that they heard or whatever.
Yeah, oh, ever since my brother died, I've been having nightmares. After that, I can't get rid of it. It's been 4 years on it's done.
Yeah.
4 years? Yeah. And I still have nightmares.
Yeah.
I was not sure why I still do.
Well, my response to that is this. You know, and
we're very close.
I know, but my response to this is this: when we have loved ones that pass on, they rest in God's love and eternal light. You know, He visited me a few times in my dreams, and I know that He's okay. And when we have family members and loved ones that pass on, they go to God's love. They go to God's eternal light. And I don't know what happens in the afterlife. I don't, but I know that he's resting in God's love, and he's all right. And when we pass on, one day, whatever day that is, we're gonna be resting in God's love and light as well. And all we can do is do what we can do while we're living. You know what I mean? On earth, the best we can do, and love the people that's here with us. People that come out to support us, and that's all we can do.
I'll take you to activity.
Any other questions?
Also, I'm gonna tell you a quick story. I remember when I was in New York and I was driving home and I was playing Breath of Fresh.
Yeah.
I was taking them to, I don't know what we were doing, taking them to Jersey. And I never seen someone dance so, like, he was so into Breath of Fresh, man. He was
Really?
His song, he just started going and dancing.
Really?
I'm like, damn, but he was such a supporter of the music. He's just like,
Yeah.
oh, y'all gotta go, y'all gotta do your thing.
Yeah.
So every time I was like, man, I don't know about this music stuff, you know.
Yeah.
It's like, I always think of that moment where he was just like, I felt like I was Pharrell Williams. Like,
Yeah.
like, hey,
Listen, Pharrell, I'm just saying, like, Pharrell's cool, but my brother, I feel like is just as good, man. And we make great music together.
I heard some of his mixing tracks or whatever
Yeah.
you call that vibe and stuff. I said, man, that is like, that's some good stuff, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. So, yeah, that's it, man. It's Eddie, bro. He was cool, man. Like, I wish that, you know what I mean, he heard this stuff. We didn't really, towards the end of his life, we didn't get a chance to talk and connect like that the way I wanted to, but I know that he knows that we love him and things like that, so.
yeah, I was, so what made you, while we're here, I don't know, a few minutes, but, I don't know, the songs, how'd you write them?
That's a good, I'm gonna say this. Spaceman, we did Spaceman. I was saying this to Allie last night. When me and Steve did Spaceman EP, we were 5 years ahead of time. And what I mean by that is, what was that, 2007 when we did Spaceman? In 2007 we did Spaceman, and we listened to it and we was like, man, this is really dope, man, but people think it's weird. You know what I mean? And people thought the Spaceman was weird when it first came out. Almost how like when Kanye did back 808s and Heartbreaks, they didn't understand. Kanye was, when he did 808s and Heartbreak, Kanye was 4 years ahead of his time when he did 808s. Kanye West. At that time, when me and Steve did Spaceman EP, it that dropped the same year as 808s.
Yeah.
It's weird because Spaceman dropped the same year as 808s and Heartbreak, and I heard 808s, I'm like, this sounds like Spaceman. And then I'm saying, and when whatever reaction that people had to record Kanye's 808s was the same reaction they had about Spaceman. But 5 years later, people said, yo, this joint is hot. You know what I'm saying? Breath of Fresh Air was the first placement that we had off of Spaceman that was played on a show called Up All Night on, I can't remember what network, ABC, was it ABC? NBC. Yep. With Maya Rudolph and Christina Applegate. They had a show called Up All Night. And they were going to a party. They were in a limo, and Breath of Fresh.
Yeah, I heard that thing.
Yes.
That sounds like Junior's song.
Yes. It was our song. Breath of Fresh was our song
Wow.
that played for 35, 40 seconds while they were in the limo getting ready to go to the party. So when we heard that, we were like, "That's what's up." You know what I mean? So that was Spaceman, and I was telling Ali last night that LuvMotion Equinox is not ahead of the time. It's in time, and what it is. Ode to, because what we're doing is nothing new, okay? It's already been done. Michael Jackson.
You walked on the thing in Texas. You did
Text
that.
message, right?
Oh, text message?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what you're talking about?
Yeah. Now we were text.
Yeah, no, you did a text message song before people were texting. Yeah.
When we first started, like years ago, we did a
This
song
was
called
like-
Text Message off of this Love Chronicles album that I
That
don't.
was the early 2000s.
That was like 2003.
It was taxing.
Yeah, and we always had the foresight to think ahead of time. So like nobody was texting like that at that time we did a song. But yeah, but Michael Jackson has already done what we have already done that we're doing. Marvin Gaye has done what we're doing. Earth, Wind, and Fire has already done what we're doing. All we're doing is refreshing and re-emerging what the great legends of the past have done in our style. And I would say it's Philly soul, man. You know what I mean? Like, you know, we grew up in South Jersey, but everything we do, you know what I mean? I was born in Delaware, raised in South Jersey. Everything we do is Philly. And the music that we make is Philly soul, I would say. Philly soul, what's Philly soul? 70. I was born in Delaware. I was born in Delaware on the Air Force Base. Yeah. And the Philly soul, man, was hey, you the one that birthed me, Mom. You don't remember that?
You should know for sure.
Yeah. But y'all know the Philly soul artists from the 70s. They rival Motown. All right. But the modern artists is what? Music Soul Child, Jill Scott, Vivian Green, Bilal. You know what I mean? And we cut from the same cloth. It's just that we're not as known as them. But maybe we'll get there one day. If not, whatever. God gave us His gift, and we give it to the world, man. And I thank y'all for coming out.
Thank you.
Today. And that's it, man. That's it. Yo. Thank you.